Starting at the bottom left in red is our Protoss player. He starts for the Slayers team. He lost 2 maps so far, only 1 win. Here's
Slayers Puzzle.
Puzzle wants to win here because he is hoping for a tie situation later on. That's definitely a possibility. He needs to win right now, and he is up against a Terran player who just lost on the last map. Starting to the top right, we have the Startail Terran.
StarTail
Hack. Very good Startail player, I think underrated in a lot of ways by most fans. I think he's one of the players to look out for in the future, especially. You know, you could actually compare Hack to Gumiho in that way, I think. He hasn't had his breakout performance yet, but he's definitely a top-notch player, makes great decisions. And he's going to drop his barracks after doing a slight SCV stall here. And a Puzzle, similarly to Ace, going for the fast scout, and will be able to tell the timing of the gas, or if there's even gas at all.
This is going to be a really intense group. I really like this a lot. Yesterday was a little bit more straightforward with the games that we saw, but this is getting really, really scary for all of these players. Every single one has not only to hope on his own performance, but also on the other players to end matches in a certain way in order to be in a position where they can still take one of the 2 spots in Codes.
Yeah.
So right now to the top right, we have our Terran player so far without gas, still trying to chase down the probe, and we'll find out soon enough what exactly Hack has planned for this map. Puzzle, on the other hand, has gas, has mining, is about to complete his gateway, and let's see what he's up to.
That's going to be a good question. Right now, I want to check his chrono energy on his Nexus. He's been using all on probes.
No forget this time.
Yeah, only 25. Not going to pull an ace here.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to try to go for some kind of 4-gate push this time. The thing that we might see once again is just an expansion with 1 gateway into Nexus and then following things up with either double gateway or straight away into the robotics.
Oh wow, Hack is pulling a mind game here. He's actually taking a gas. I would not be surprised to see if he takes a second gas after this. Now he's chased the probe out.
And he's blocking the natural of his opponent.
That's so cool considering what he's scouted so far.
Puzzle is skipping the Zealot.
He skips the Zealot, man. And not only did Hack see the chrono energy, but he also saw that he skipped the Zealot. And this is, when you see all of these things, this is like the perfect choice to make. Great scouting by Hack, great move here. Block with the eBay, no Zealot, no chrono on the warp gate, no chrono boost on the gateway itself.
The problem that there's no Zealot is 2 things. First of all, the engineering bay is now nearly completed, so he has the most possible amount of hit points. And at the same time, a Stalker needs ages to force a cancel here.
Yeah, Stalker's weapon speed is 1.44, and for those of you guys who don't know what that means, it fires pretty slow. So it's going to take forever for Puzzle to get this Nexus up, and in fact he takes his second gas as a result, knowing that he's going to need that. He needs to dump his minerals into something right now because he doesn't have production to use that for. What is Hack's plan here? It looks like he's just going to go, for a Marauder expand. This is really old school.
And look at this engineering bay. This annoys Puzzle a lot right now. This is really annoying for him. It's like crazy. It's like, whoa.
The Sentry and the Probe adding up a similar amount of DPS to that. Hack takes the money back, and just everything he's doing is lined up quite nicely. Now, with the Marauder expand, there's a lot of potential for aggression against someone who has a Nexus in this way, because you have Marauders out, you have that concussive shell upgrade. He's actually getting a Reaper. Interestingly enough, I think this is because he wants to see what sort of tech Puzzle has chosen. Has he gone for 2 gateways rather than the robotics? He wants to know that choice.
And we have Puzzle with the robotics straight away. It's not adding additional gates, so he will have a few Immortals out or so as fast as he could possibly can. But the problem is he doesn't have a lot of gateway units, and this army that is currently coming his way is pretty significant. With the concussive shell upgrade already done, if he catches a few Stalkers, they will die.
Yeah. This is, oh wow, he may get this 1 Stalker. This is going to be so close. If the Stalker hugs the left, he doesn't get it.
Oh, that was really close, though.
And now he's stuck up his ramp a little bit.
He can actually move up.
Yeah. Oh, see, this is perfect double force field there.
They were amazing.
That is actually the sickest force fields I've ever seen.
I can't believe it. Wow. Look at these force fields. He kills everything. He doesn't even lose a single shield point.
Those force fields I literally have never seen forces that good. That was actually just like...
That was mind-blowing.
I am still in disbelief, and now Puzzle takes a huge lead.
He traps the entire army. If those units fight on an open space, Puzzle is going to lose every single unit.
And he loses nothing now and kills everything for free.
Exactly.
But he is losing some probes to this Reaper. One probe down already. Second one will go down as well. Nice control by Hack.
A third one dying. Does he take a fourth? Yes. Wow.
And he gets out.
No. Not quite.
Spoke too soon on that one, I guess.
5 workers killed in total. Yeah, but still, these force field that we've seen, that is amazing play. I mean, he was able to trap them and at the same time in a position where they did not have high ground vision.
Yeah. And now Puzzle is going for Colossi first, but he's not going to be hitting at timing as he is getting double forged, taking his gas that is natural now as well. Just kind of setting up nicely here through the mid game. And I think the build from Hack is really cool because it's something that we have not seen in a while, but it shows that the Marauder Expand is still good. It was a little bit late because he took his gas late, but he tricked Puzzle a bit. Another Reaper out on the map for him, and I think he's just going to send it in to harass again. This is really interesting. If we actually see Reapers used in this way, it may be something that it forces Process to keep Stalkers in the main base earlier, which can make Marauder aggression on the low ground scarier because you have units in your main base.
At this point, we have, of course, the upgrades for Puzzle, +1/+1. He has the first Colossus already building. The Reaper is now on its way.
He wants to see the Robotic Support Bay or the Forges and potentially kill more probes.
Hey, just trying to kill more probes. Here comes the Warpin, though.
Yeah, and he's not actually going to be able to scout.
Nah, he takes down 1 Harvester. That's all that he is able to achieve.
And that's not worth it.
Yeah, no scout, no, only 1 probe. Definitely not worth it.
You know, we wasted 50 the gas plus the barracks build time. So
you know, sorry to interrupt you here, but once again we have a supply blocked for Hack, and this happened like 4 or 5 times already. Every single time he's just a little bit supply blocked, but right now he might be forced to call down the extra supplies.
Yeah, because the more times this happens to you, the more deadly it can be when your opponent is ahead of you in production, even though he went for double forge and robotic support bay. That should not be the case. He should not be behind in supply right now. And just stifled completely for a long time now. With those 2 depots finishing, he does finally start again. Makes the command center right underneath the nose of the observer.
The supply block happened to him like quite frequently already. In the recent situations, he was not really all that significant, but right now he lost really a lot of time. And he supply blocked again!
Yeah, not making any depots. There he goes, he starts it, but he's going to lose so much time here. I mean, this happens occasionally when you want to get that command center out like he did, but he didn't have the resources to make depots. You have to make depots first. Double drop coming in here for him, and this is going to free up some supply, but we'll see how much damage he can do. He decides to retreat too much on the ground.
Yeah, exactly, especially with the Immortal now in the equation as well. You can't drop those Marauders. That would be taking too much of a risk. And now Puzzle looking at a decent supply. He also has a charge halfway done. The Immortals are out. He has the +1/+1.
Oh, well, that's really cool. He picks off that unit. He's going to get a stock on the low ground as well.
Not only 1, he takes down 2 immediately.
This is really scary. That Colossus out in the open a little bit here, doing a dance of death right now.
This time actually Hack doing a much better job with the supply depots. So right now he's really focusing on his supply, making sure that he builds the depots in time. But in regards to the upgrades, he's falling a little bit behind. Puzzle didn't start +2/+2 yet though. Just there they are.
And he will take a slight lead as a result. Hack is he's moving out with these medevac forces again, trying to find another opening. Stims a little bit, try to take the watchtower. A lot of his units on low hit points. He's got 2 bunkers up at home. He's afraid of a Colossus attack, and he actually does not have vision of the 3rd Nexus, so he has to continue to keep those bunkers up. Well, he decides to salvage now, but he's still in the dark about the 3rd base. It could be a Colossus attack that he's facing. The question is, has he seen the Twilight Council and the Temple Archives? No, he has not, so he's going to have to continue to make Vikings. He does have the Ghost Academy on the way. Yeah,
there's only 1 Colossus and there's no extended thermal range, so currently Puzzle's just trying to force Hack to build a few Vikings, which is exactly what the Terran player does. But we have the Ghost Academy, and the Storm transition that Puzzle is going for right now is something that is not going to be as successful as it would have been if Hack did completely take the bait and would have not produced the Ghost Academy, but it now depends on how heavily Hack actually commits to this Viking production.
Yeah, if he commits too much, he's going to be in trouble. He's already got 6 out on the map, and he stops for a second, starts 3 Ghosts. And I love that right now, in Korea especially, I've noticed that Terran players oftentimes, without knowing what the Protoss is doing, will do this catch-all where they have enough Ghosts and enough Vikings, and then once they start to scout, then they make the choices. He even gets the Ghost before Mobius Reactor, which oftentimes if you know exactly what your opponent is doing, it makes sense to get the Mobius Reactor first, but in this case I like having the Ghost out faster because it's kind of like, no matter what, he's got a relative amount of safeness.
Once again, Hack supply blocked, and building the supply depot is very, very late. Cannot build any units right now.
This is actually becoming a big problem, and you know, I'm glad you're pointing this out because it's actually quite critical to hit your depots. This may be an issue of nerves, or maybe it's one of Hack's weaknesses I had not picked up on before, but it's really, really stifling his production. I mean,
it happens
it's huge.
Again. It happens the entire time. He builds 2 supply depots. As soon as one supply depot finishes, he's maxed out in supply again, and it just really... I mean, in this particular situation right now...
It's okay at this moment.
Yeah, because he still has the production, has to wait, but earlier was really very bad. Here come the storms, though.
Oh yeah, his Ghosts are not in position, and he gets the storm off. Doesn't hit too much, though, but he forces the stim now, and this is very uncomfortable for Hack because he's essentially wasted it. He only gets a Templar and a Stalker.
And here we go, trying to move in. He has the supply advantage at this point. He's trying to make this happen. The fight is going only for a few seconds, and once again, Hack's supply block cannot produce units.
Yeah. Well, he's producing them now, so it's a little bit misleading when you look at it like this, but in a few seconds he'll be supply blocked for a moment. He's not hitting his depots quite perfectly, but his production does continue, but he's not able to do as much. Now the 3 Ghosts can come out, his depot's done, and he killed the Colossus in that fight. That's all he really got out of it.
Yeah, Puzzle's doing a great job with his supply in this game, and currently we have him also with the transition, this time for real, to Colossus. Extended Thermal Lance has been started.
Hitting all of these Chronos is really nice to see as well, just making sure he's keeping those going on those gateways.
And the upgrade advantage for Puzzle is slowly vanishing here, and Hack even called down extra supplies in the last fight because of his supply block. We just saw the main base for a second. Yeah. Here's the run by trying
bunker in position, but only for the bottom, but not for the actual location the Zealot's coming in.
Both of them about to be maxed out here. And now look at the upgrades. Hack is actually closing the gap between Puzzle and himself, so doing a good job. The army supply actually is highly in Hack's favor.
Yes, it is. And here we go. A feedback goes down, but no storms. And the army of Hack is now kind of caught in an awkward position. The Colossus at the back doing a lot. He landed the Vikings too soon, and now actually he's just ripping through his army. Archon's coming from the side. Hack has nowhere to run.
He can't run anywhere. You're so right. He's trying to make this stutter step work, and he's doing a good job at it. But he has to get out of here, and he lost too much already. 150 supply against 120 as the Terran player is trying to run back. He's fleeing, but he can't.
He cannot. He has nowhere to run. Now down 50 supply. His Ghost cloaking is almost done, but it was not done in time to help him get good EMPs in this fight. Guardian Shield goes up again, and the upgrades are even, but only for a little while longer. Puzzle's still pulling ahead.
And Puzzle is just chasing down this Terran army. Hack lost so much in the last fight. He's now 4,000 resources down compared to his opponent. And the Harvest account is now also in favor of Puzzle.
Yeah, he's killed a few workers with those Zealot run-bys. In total, only 5. But those do add up a little bit. And he's got the 4th base going up. He also has the Observer to see that Hack has not taken his 4th. So he's very much... He's ahead, and he knows it. So he knows exactly what to do. Just remax again, and then continue to pressure the 4th base of Hack when it's made.
This is really a scary position at this point for Hack. He knows that he's behind right now. He has still a nice army composition. The thing is, he really needs to make those Ghosts count. If he can take down his opponent's High Templars and get off another EMP or 2, then he will be in a good position. High Templar count is at 4 against 4 Ghosts, but also, of course, those Colossi are a big threat. And there are no Vikings. The first 2 are just being built.
Yeah. And he sees his armies moving out. He's terrified right now because Puzzle could just kill him. He has to hope for the best possible engagement. That's why he set up his concave so well. The Viking count is at 2. The Colossus count is at 3. Plus 3 is done for attack now. Puzzle decides not to go for it because he sees no 4th. He even checks now at the top left. He's like, do you have a hidden 4th? No.
+3 is done for Puzzle, and the shield upgrade now being built. He has the 4th base, as you already said. He's just looking at a great economy.
Puzzle,
he can build up a bank now.
That force field was good and all, and that was really exciting, but no Nexus has any Chrono Energy this entire game.
Yeah.
He Chrono boosts everything, every forge, every gateway. This is something that's not seen enough. This is quite impressive.
Puzzle is playing so much better than he did at the WCS Korea. I like
absolutely.
this play a lot more.
And he is likely going to take a win here, but he has to be careful of these cloak ghosts. No observer nearby. It's
there
coming in now, and just in time. The EMPs do not hit.
Storm!
Oh, wow.
That was brilliant. A very nice Storm. Here come the snipes. But most of the Vikings are already dead. He still has 2 Colossi left. Puzzle moves back though, Hack with a decent engagement, but those storms were so important. And of course the story is that we have 4 base against 3. Great upgrades already for our Protoss player.
And another concern for Hack is he only has 2 medevacs on the map, and he's forced to make Vikings instead of medevacs because of the Colossi.
Even a 5th base now being built for Puzzle. He's just looking at such a great economy, but of course all these additional bases give Hack something to attack here. But now the Vikings are dying, and he doesn't have anything against those 4 Colossi.
Look,
Nothing.
His composition is so marine heavy. He's only got 9 Marauders. This army is so weak.
What a storm. And yes, those Marines. He even pulls his SCVs. He is desperate here for a win, but there's too much firepower. 5 Colossi.
Yeah, and the last Viking does push him back a little bit here. He needs more ground units, but Puzzle, with hitting all of his Chrono Boosts, just has so many Warpins available. Medevacs flying into cannons here. Puzzle takes a 50 supply lead. All of the Terran units so low in hit points. He just needs a few more Zealots. Here they come.
He doesn't really have a lot of meat shield here, but he doesn't need it. Here they go. GG. Puzzle takes a win. Hack loses this game, and therefore Sniper is in Code S. Sniper is definitely in Code S right now.
And Gumiho will also be in Code S as well.
Yeah, we are done already.
Because Ace is already lost, and so there's no way
exactly.
Neither of the next 2 games matter.
The thing is that both of them are now in Code S, because if Gumiho loses to Ace, because Ace lost every single map so far, there would be a tie situation between Gumiho. There could be a tie situation between Gumiho, Hack, and Puzzle, but because of the wins that Gumiho had earlier, it wouldn't matter at all.
Yep.
So with a direct comparison, Gumiho would advance. So the last 2 games of the day are actually not needed anymore.
And yeah, it was the one situation we had where if those 2 players win in that way, it's just all over.
Yeah.
And this always happens again when you have a player like Ace who slumps in the group. And in a 6-player group, you have a player like that who becomes like what I like to call a ghost player, because he can't get out, but people still have to play against him. But then in this case, only 5 players, there's no way for anyone to advance because of the way that the wins have done. And I mean, that's all there is to really say. So congratulations to 2 players we have advancing.
So guys, if you're not really comfortable with the format, the thing is, if players are actually tied in the group, the direct comparison counts. And currently the situation we're looking at, there could be still a bit of a tie situation, but in whatever tie situation may occur, Sniper and Gumiho would be the 2 players advancing. And therefore, we don't need the match between Gumiho and Ace anymore. Neither do we need Sniper against Tac, so we have 1 FXO player and an MVP player getting into Code S. StarTale had a better day yesterday when Bomber was advancing, but today not a single one of their players is able to make it into Code S. Both of them will be playing in Code A once again.
Yeah, and you know, right now is actually a good time for StarTale. They have so many players in these up and down matches, as well as their performance in WCS. So looking really good. I'm excited to see how they're going to do in the next season of GSTL as well, because right now as a team, as a whole, all their players are looking decent.
Yep. And of course, with them also taking over the Xenix team, they have now a lot of good Zerg players as well. For example, Suishin and of course Life.
Yeah.
So the GSTL season, the next one, that will actually be like really interesting. StarTale has such a strong team. I was just finishing my thought, and then suddenly I have the production team in my head. I'm like, well. Anyways.
That's totally fine. A Sniper and Gumiho advance 3-0 and 2-1.
Yep.
And both StarTale players, as you said, did not advance. Puzzle just barely not able to edge out the win. And, you know, he won that last game, which just stopped Hack from being able to get out. That's all he could really do.
Yep. It's actually so true. Puzzle didn't have a chance of advancing here anymore. I don't think he was really aware of that. He showed a great game on the last level. It was not enough to actually help him. These are the matches of Group D, which we will see on Thursday. Keep in mind, guys, there is no GSL up and downs tomorrow because of the typhoon. A lot of the players couldn't make it to Korea in time. Therefore, we have a double day on Friday, but on Thursday we will have these 6 players: Happy, Creator, Vampire, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Supernova, and Killer.
Yeah. Really excited to see how Supernova is going to do. He's been, I think, one of the best underdog players joined NTW after OGS disbanded.
And of course, Creator, with him winning the WCS, a lot of people have high expectations towards him. Will he be able to come through?
Yeah. Obviously, Vampire getting not able to get his Code S spot, unfortunately for him, in that Code A match that we watched, where he totally went bonkers. I don't know exactly how else to describe it, but see if he can kind of get his cool together, because I think he definitely has the potential to be a Code S player.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we're done for the day. Tomorrow, once again, there is no up and down matches because of the typhoon. You can read all about it on GOMTV.net in the forum. There has been a post released today, this morning actually, so read up on that. And we will be back on Thursday and on Friday. We will have a double day, so make sure that you tell your friends. And that's basically it for today, I guess.
Yeah, so we will see you guys on Thursday, not tomorrow. Make sure you have a good night, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.